Okay, hey everybody. This is for my intervention strategy lesson plan. I'm just going to explain it. The title of the lesson is Reading a Short Story to the Class. Grade level, second grade, content area speaking. And the Iowa Core State Standards I will be using is just one. It's tell a story or recount an experience with appropriate facts and relevant descriptive details, speaking audibly in coherent sentences, SL 2.4. The learning outcomes for this unit: the student will be able to present a short story they created by telling it to the whole class. The student will be able to use complete sentences when telling the short story of their choice. The student will be able to use great details when telling the short story they created. Essential questions for this unit: how does reading out loud to your classmates make you a better speaker? Why is it important to use feelings, thoughts, opinions, and details when reading or creating a story? Objectives or learning targets for the lesson. The student will write their own short story of their choice. The student will present and read the short story out loud to their peers. The student will use descriptive details and complete sentences to create their short story. I can statements. I can create my own short story using complete sentences. I can create my own short story using descriptive details. I can tell my short story out loud and present it to my classmates with confidence. The depth of knowledge is recall and reproduction. Students will arrange complete sentences to form a short story of their own choice using descriptive details. Students will perform their short stories they created to their classmates by reading them out loud. So for my assessments, for my pre-assessment, I'm going to ask the students 3 different questions. What is their favorite short story? Has anyone ever written their own short story before? And who has read out loud to their classmates before anyone else? For my formative assessments, we're going to do a couple quick writes. So I'm going to allow the students 5 minutes or so to write a short story over whatever topic they would like to choose. The students will do a minimum of 3 of these to practice their writing skills and kind of just get their emotions and imaginations and thoughts onto a piece of paper. The second formative assessment we're going to work on is reading short stories. So the teacher will provide the students with 2 to 3 short stories for them to practice reading out loud to a classmate. This will help them with speaking out loud and getting comfortable reading in front of their peers before they present their short story. Descriptive details. The teacher will explain to students what descriptive details are. As a class, the students will make a list of words that are descriptive, and the students will use a minimum of 3 of those words from the list created in their short stories. The summative assessment, of course, would be telling their short stories to the class. The students will be given a class period time chosen by the teacher to present their short stories to class, and the students will be graded on a rubric created by the teacher. APK. The teacher will introduce the lesson to the students and review classroom rules before teaching the lesson. And just common knowledge, the teacher will remind the students to raise their hands if they have any questions. And that's where I'll ask those 3 questions again from the pre-assessment. For acquiring new information, the teacher will provide students the 2 or 3 short stories to practice reading to a classmate. The teacher will make sure each student understands the descriptive detail. And then the teacher will ask students questions while they are writing their short stories and answer any questions the students might have about reading their short story to the class out loud, or any questions in general the students might have. For APP, the teacher will ask the students to practice using at least 2 descriptive detail words in sentences. The students will then be asked to write the sentences down. The teacher will provide the students multiple quick writes, and the teacher will provide the materials needed for the activities, including pencils, pen, paper, and the Gen Sum. The teacher will ask the students if they have any questions about the writing of their short stories or the reading of their short stories to class. After teaching the lesson, the students will have a great understanding of what descriptive details are. The student will also have a great understanding of how to write their own short stories so they can read and write, or read to others and teach others how to write a short story. No homework will be given to the students for this lesson. Materials used for teacher: whiteboard, pencils, paper, computer, whiteboard, markers. Students, just pencil or paper. The teacher will provide for accommodations. There's just multiple ones. I'll just read one from each thing. IEP students, the teacher will provide IEP students an extra amount of time to work on their short stories if they need it. Special needs students, the teacher will provide a quiet workplace for special needs students if they need it. ELL students are English language learners. The teacher will write the directions on the board and repeat them out loud to the class frequently to ensure ELL students know what is expected from them for each activity. At risk, the teacher will use proximity throughout the lesson to ensure every student is demonstrating good behavior. And for talented and gifted, the teacher will provide an extra writing assignment reading for TAG students that is a bit more challenging for them to ensure that they are advancing and not plateauing in the course content. And that's it.